The birth of classical music is a complex and gradual process that evolved over several centuries. Classical music is generally considered to have its roots in the music of the late Renaissance and early Baroque periods, around the late 16th and early 17th centuries. Here's a brief overview of the historical development of classical music. 1. Late Renaissance 1400s-1600s. The transition from the medieval to the Renaissance period saw significant changes in musical notation, theory, and the development of polyphony. Composers like Josquin des Prez and Palestrina made important contributions to choral music during this time. 2. Baroque Period 1600s-1750. The Baroque era marked a crucial phase in the development of classical music. Composers such as Johann Sebastian Bach, George Frideric Handel, and Antonio Vivaldi were prominent figures. The invention of new musical forms, like the opera and the concerto, and the use of ornamentation and expressive techniques characterize this period. 3. Classical Period 1730s-1820. The classical era is often considered the golden age of classical music. Composers like Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Ludwig van Beethoven, and Franz Joseph Haydn played key roles in shaping the classical style. This period emphasized clarity, balance, and form in music. The symphony, sonata, and string quartet became popular forms. 4. Romantic Period 1820s-1910. The Romantic era brought about a departure from the restraint of the classical period. Composers like Ludwig van Beethoven, transitional figure, Franz Schubert, and later, Richard Wagner and Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky, focused on emotional expression and expanded the scope of orchestration. This period also witnessed the rise of nationalism in music. 5. 20th century. The 20th century saw further diversification and experimentation in classical music. Composers such as Igor Stravinsky, Arnold Schoenberg, and Claude Debussy explored new tonalities, forms, and techniques. The century also witnessed the emergence of electronic music and minimalist styles. Throughout its history, classical music has undergone various stylistic changes and innovations. The term classical is often used to refer to the music of the classical period, specifically, but it's also used more broadly to encompass Western art music from the Middle Ages to the present day. The legacy of classical music continues to influence and inspire contemporary composers and musicians.